Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Maulana Muhammadin wa alihi barik wa sallim alayh. Dear colleagues, I just wanted to share with you today facts about the 30th October 2023 elections. Today being 30th October 2024 marks the first 1 year passing of that event on that day where a fake and secret election was conducted, and I want to share some details of that day as well as what has happened over time in this 1 year till the last week court hearing, which I will be sharing with you today. So let's move to sharing my presentation. And this will actually be a form of a white paper on the conduct of 30th October 23 elections, and we will try to analyze and dissect the facts. All facts which I will be presenting today are either from POA Constitution or from the court paper that I received after Dr. Asad filed a lawsuit against me in December 2023. So these are court papers which were sent to me as a defendant for me to be able to defend myself and for my lawyer to file a reply against the suit. So you won't find anything out of these two main jurisdictions. We will start with POA Constitution, in which this article says that, and I will just highlight and the ones in yellow where it is written that the chairman of the election commission is the immediate past president, and the commission comprises of various members of the board, which are general secretary and 4 vice presidents. But before that, conduct of the election mandates that the electoral list is developed, as is issued here in point 6. That is the job description of the treasurer, who will verify each voter before issuing the ballot paper during election, and then passes this to the chairman election commission or the election commissioner to conduct the election, right? So this is a very necessary function before the election, that the electoral list is developed and verified by the treasurer, approved by the board, and then forwarded to the immediate past president who has been nominated, adjudicated to conduct the election. And he will be conducting the election on this electoral list and on nothing else. So this is again from the Constitution, that the board has the right to nominate subcommittee, ad hoc committee as and when necessary, and even the right to dissolve them if they are not found serving their purpose or not required anymore, right? So directly, I'm highlighting the clauses, relevant clauses from our Constitution and bylaws. The board may also nominate an election commissioner at an appropriate time before the election to assist the president and the secretary to conduct the election 1 week before the general body meeting. These are direct excerpts from the Constitution. Now, background. The executive board met on 6th of May 23 to announce or approve the election scheduled for 27th October. Election was announced on 6th of September 23. Due to technical issues, Advisory Council in its meeting on 25 October unanimously postponed election till 30th October. We don't know the reasons for postponement. I was not part of that board, so I'm not privy to that information. Secretary Election Commission, which is also the Secretary General of POA, in his letter on 26th October, informed all members about the new election date, which was 1st of November, right? Now, removal of election commissioner. Prior to postponement of election, concern was raised about conduct of election commissioner in second extraordinary general body meeting on 5 August 23. An explanation letter was sent to Professor Eid Muhammad, who was advised not to create any hindrance in the online election process, right? In that, the resolution that in case of any, the resolution was passed, in case of any violation, Executive Board reserves the right to replace Professor Eid Muhammad and appoint another election commissioner for the upcoming elections, right? These are the resolutions. Those are minuted here on the official POA letterhead. Explanation letter was then issued, sorry, on 16th of October. Instead of responding to the allegations to Secretary, the response was found unsatisfactory. Executive Board decided to remove Professor Eid as the election commissioner and appoint Dr. Asif Racha as new election commissioner on letter dated 29th October and reschedule the election on 1st November 23. Important to note that Professor Eid Muhammad never challenged this against any competent authority or any court of law. To my knowledge, this has not happened exactly since 1 year has passed. Dr. Pracha Saab from Liaquat National Karachi was informed about his appointment and reschedule of elections. Furthermore, later on 30th October, all members were informed about this removal and appointment of Dr. Asif Racha as election commissioner. So now, first of all, the it may be debated. Yes, he has the right to contest against this ousting, but instead, Professor Eid Saab conducted a election when he was no more an election commissioner, right? Election, the conduct of election, the place of and location of the election, I had no idea as a presidential candidate, right? So where would I send my polling agent? I had no idea, right? This election on 30th October was conducted without the presence of my polling agent because I did not know the location of the election. Election was not being held in the POA head office in Karachi. POA administrator was not involved in these elections. And most importantly, connect this now with my first slide, that this election was conducted on a voter list not approved by the treasurer and subsequently the board, which is a fundamental requirement. To conduct an election, you need an electoral list, which has to be approved by the board, following the recommendations of the treasurer and the general secretary. And then you know that only 40% votes were casted. Let me take you through some more facts, which is now evident on this letterhead on the right. This, if you look carefully, and you can zoom it for magnification, this is a letter issued and signed by Professor Eid Muhammad, which says that it is to inform you that online meeting of the association will be held on 30th October, 9 a.m. Sorry. So on 9 a.m., 30th October, this memo, which is submitted to the court and which court sends back to me, says that a GB was announced by uh, immediate past president, Professor Eid Muhammad, for which he has no authority. On the left, you can see that GB can only be called by the president or the secretary general only, not by the immediate past president, right? So this notice clearly says the boxes in the red, you can see notice of general body meeting on 30th October 9 am. उसी दिन इलेक्शन भी करानी है, 8 बजे या 9 बजे इलेक्शन का टाइम है और उसी दिन जनरल बॉडी की भी कॉल की हुई है प्रोफेसर ईद मोहम्मद ने. और अब आ जाएं दी block in green. See the block in green? Which letterhead is this? This is the letterhead, or the box in the right at the below also says for correspondence secretary, which has the election has not even taken place, and he writes the name of Dr. Baksh as the secretary for correspondence. And the black in the green box on your left on this letterhead states Professor Asad as the president elect. So ये 30 अक्टूबर की सुबह है और एक लेटर हेड छप गया है, साइन हो गया है, जिस पे के उस दिन का इलेक्शन अभी हुआ ही नहीं, उसका रिजल्ट इस लेटर हेड पे ऑलरेडी नुमाया है. इज दैट क्लियर सर? Let's move forward. I have more evidence to show you and share with you. Now look at this letter. It is a 3rd November letter notified by Professor Eid Muhammad on the winning candidates, right? That the authority, he uses his authority to notify to the registrar that these members have won on a letterhead of the new board. So this is never done like that. The notification sent to anybody is sent on the letterhead of the existing board, where it should have said that president-elect at that time was Dr. Shoaib Khan, president was Dr. Tahsin Riaz, and not president-elect was, according to this, is Dr. Asad Makhtoom, right? So this letterhead, ये अभी बना ही नहीं, अभी इन लोगों ने ओथ ही नहीं लिया, तो उनके हिसाब से अगर ये इलेक्शन वैलिड है 30 अक्टूबर का, तो ये लेटर हेड पहले से ही छप गया, 30 अक्टूबर की सुबह ही छप गया. और उस लेटर हेड पे आप कैसे नोटिफिकेशन जारी कर सकते हैं? ये लेटर हेड तो पिछले बोर्ड का यूज़ होगा, जो ट्रेडिशन है, और जिससे कि सेक्रेटरी रजिस्ट्रार सोसाइटीज़ वाले बंदे को जो ऑफिस है हैदराबाद में गवर्नमेंट का, उसको नोटिफाई किया जाता है. इट इज़ ऑलवेज ऑन द एग्जिस्टिंग बोर्ड्स लेटर हेड रादर देन ऑन द न्यू बोर्ड्स लेटर हेड, जिसने अभी ओथ लेना है फिर उनका लेटर हेड बनता है, राइट? टेक्स टाइम. सो लुक एट दिस. क्या इसको फॉर्जरी नहीं कहते? And mind it, these are not letters printed by me. These have, again and again I'm saying that these letters have been returned to me by the court for me and my lawyer to be able to answer and make a reply. ठीक है जी, let's go forward. अब आप ये देखें. On your left is now the actual result, where it says president-elect, total casted votes 691, winner is Dr. Asad Makhtoom, 331 votes, Masood Umer 279 votes, and also Dr. Zamir Sumro getting 60 votes when his group totally boycotted, right? They had absolutely boycotted this election. He still gets 60 votes, and none of the above is 23. Still none of the above, 23. And then you see Secretary General, for the post of Secretary General, Dr. Baksh gets 585 votes and none of the above 186 votes or 106 votes. Why was an election conducted at all? If there was no second candidate, why was the election? ऑनलाइन में तो सबसे आसान होता है, दूसरा कैंडिडेट हटाना एक आधा सेकंड लगता है, and people are not supposed to vote on that uncontested candidate. Dr. Baksh, according to this situation, was an automatic winner, right? और नीचे आ जाए थर्ड बॉक्स पे, रेड बॉक्स, which says that the total, the ट्रायरर को भी 69 वोट्स मिले हैं. इसका मतलब है ट्रायरर पे भी इलेक्शन हुआ, not supposed to be conducted. Dr. Israr was elected 1 year back. He was supposed to continue for 3 years. Why was it election conducted on a trailer seat on this election? So कुछ आपके जहन में आता है ये सब देख के? वही आता है जो मैं सोच रहा हूँ, एग्जैक्टली, राइट? और फिर ये देखें कि ये लेटर इशू हुआ है, इसमें भी आप देखें कि फिर उन्होंने इसको चेंज किया और इसको पुराने लेटर हेड पे डाला और फिर नोटिफाई किया। ठीक है, राइट, दिस इज लेटर हेड विच सेज इन द मिडल, जो अब मैंने डाला है, विच सेज डॉक्टर शोएब खान एज प्रेसिडेंट इलेक्ट, राइट। So now you see they realized their mistake, submitted another letter to the court after realizing their mistake. So ट्रेजरर का इलेक्शन होना ही नहीं था, वो कराया गया। हाँ, ये वाला आप देखें, अभी मैंने दिखाया था, यही आपको दोबारा देखें। इसमें मुझे बताएं कि डॉक्टर ईद मोहम्मद के साइन कहाँ हैं। आप सब गौर से देखें इसको, यहाँ ब्लॉक कर लें स्लाइड वीडियो को, और मुझे बताएं कि यहाँ डॉक्टर ईद मोहम्मद के साइन ही नहीं है इस पे, who was running the show as the chief election commissioner, which actually he was not, but और इधर मेरा कोई पोलिंग एजेंट नहीं है, उसके साइन नहीं है। आप ढूंढ के बता दें कि फॉर मसूद उमर इधर कोई लिखा हो। ठीक है, डॉक्टर जमीर सुमरो तो उस दिन कंटेस्ट ही नहीं कर रहे थे, और उनका ग्रुप, मैं तो कर रहा था, मेरा ग्रुप तो कर रहा था, मेरा तो कोई पोलिंग एजेंट ही नहीं है यहाँ पे। ये है सिग्नेचर शीट जो डेवलप हुई, जो बाद में कोर्ट में सबमिट की गई। ठीक है, yeah, same thing again and again. So it just falls back on the face. Okay, I am contesting an election. I don't have a polling agent. I don't have the right to locate the election. And then how can my polling agent sign? How can the result be declared without my polling agent signing the sheet? उसके बाद अम, देखें, 1 नवंबर का इलेक्शन हुआ, सब ने पार्टिसिपेट किया इंक्लूडिंग दिस ग्रुप, डॉक्टर असद मखदूम, हिज ग्रुप, हिज होल ग्रुप। 81% टर्न आउट रहा उसमें, ऑलमोस्ट डबल, 40% से 81%। ठीक है, और ये फिर डॉक्टर आसिफ राजा ने एक प्रॉपर तरीके से उसको नोटिफाई किया, पूरा इलेक्शन कमीशन, राइट। कमीशन इंक्लूड सेक्रेटरी एंड द वाइस प्रेसिडेंट्स एंड द इलेक्शन कमिश्नर। सो दैट इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ ए कमीशन। उसमें ये 4 लोग मैंडेटरी हैं, बाकी 2 शायद, एक डॉक्टर बख्श थे वाइस प्रेसिडेंट, वो कंटेस्ट कर रहे थे, वो इसमें नहीं आ सकते थे, और डॉक्टर आसिफ वीपी सिंध थे, तो उनको इलेक्शन कमिश्नर बना दिया गया था, वरना यहाँ 4 वीपी होने चाहिए। ठीक, प्रोफेसर नईम साहब के साइन हैं, वो सेक्रेटरी जनरल थे और सेक्रेटरी कमीशन भी थे। इस तरह ये करेक्टेड नोटिस भेजा गया, बनाया गया मेमो फॉर सबमिशन on the letterhead of the existing board, where it still says that Dr. Shoaib Khan is the president-elect, Professor Tahsin is the current president, right? और ये आप देखेंगे, ये उस दिन का रिजल्ट है, 1 नवंबर का। ठीक है, where you can clearly see my friend Dr. Harun Rashid signing, and if the cursor can come here, says the date very clearly, 1 November, and also signing for all other candidates, right? सबके पोलिंग एजेंट वहाँ थे उस दिन, सबने साइन किया, इसकी और भी शीटें हैं, राइट। Now this is now 6th November, where Dr. Shoaib Khan taking over as president, Professor Lal Kakar taking over as Secretary General, writing that this to the Secretary Society's office, that this is the corrected result. And the last line सिर्फ आप पढ़ लें, जो डॉक्टर शोएब के साइंड है, लास्ट लाइन क्लियरली कहती है, लेटर इशूड बाय प्रोफेसर ईद मोहम्मद डेटेड 4th November इज null and void. Who's saying that? Professor Shoaib Khan, the current president. ठीक है, who's saying that? Professor Lal Kakar, Secretary General, Pakistan Orthopedic Association, categorically, vehemently denying it as null and void. किसको? 30th October के election को, right? So this is official letterhead, POA letterhead on 6th of November. अब आप ये देखें लेटर, दिस इज, आप डेट देखें, 30 अक्टूबर, 30 अक्टूबर 2023, जिस दिन ये इलेक्शन होना था उस दिन ये साइंड है डॉक्टर ईद मोहम्मद का। उस दिन वो इलेक्शन इनको बता रहे हैं रजिस्ट्रार ऑफिस को हैदराबाद में कि इसका मतलब ये है कि डॉक्टर लाल काकड़ इज़ इनवैलिड, डॉक्टर परवेज अली इज़ इनवैलिड, और मेरे दो और कॉलीग्स आर इनवैलिड, तो उन पे हम इलेक्शन नहीं कराएंगे। फिर आप ज़रा ये लेटर हेड देखें। ये लेटर हेड कभी आपने इस तरह का देखा है? इलेक्शन कमीशन का अलग लेटर हेड हुआ है आज तक कभी? ओनली सेज प्रोफेसर ईद मोहम्मद इज इलेक्शन कमिश्नर। इज दिस लीगल लेटर हेड? और ये मुझे बताएं कि ये बाई हैंड रिसीव हुआ है, तो ये कितने बजे रिसीव हुआ है? सुबह 8 बजे। पीछे आपको मैंने नोटिस दिखाया कि सुबह 9 बजे 30 अक्टूबर को उन्होंने जीबी कॉल की हुई है, और इलेक्शन स्टार्ट हो गया 9 बजे 30 अक्टूबर को। तो ये लेटर कब मिला है उनको हैदराबाद में? रात 8 बजे इलेक्शन खत्म होता है, तो क्या 2 घंटे की तो राइट कम अज कम है? किसी भी होटल में जहाँ वो बैठे होंगे वहां से हैदराबाद जाना, ऑफिस में जाना, 2 घंटे से कम सवाल ही पैदा नहीं होता। तो रात 10 बजे, ठीक है, तो क्या 10 बजे ऑफिस खुला था? गवर्नमेंट का ऑफिस रात 10 बजे खुला था ये लेटर रिसीव करने के लिए। सो डज दिस मेक सेंस? डज वन एंड वन अपीयर? आपको 1 + 1 2 नजर आ रहा है यहाँ पे? ये देखें, उन्होंने साइन किया हुआ 30 अक्टूबर, जिन्होंने रिसीव किया वहां पे। आगे चलते हैं। डॉक्टर असद साहब ने 1 नवंबर को दिसंबर में, हम जब ये सारी एफर्ट कर रहे थे, डॉक्टर शोएब, माई सेल्फ एंड मेनली डॉक्टर परवेज अली हु वाज द जॉइंट सेक्रेटरी सिंध, we were meeting with the bureaucracy of Sindh government, mainly secretary revenue and industry। उनसे हमारी मल्टीपल मीटिंग्स हुई, मेरी हुई, डॉक्टर परवेज की हुई, डॉक्टर शोएब की हुई, कभी हम कंबाइन थे कभी अलहदा थे। फिर हम मल्टीपल टाइम्स उनसे आर्ग्यू कर रहे थे अपने इलेक्शन की वैलिडिटी पे। तो इसी दौरान डॉक्टर असद फाइल्ड ए सूट अगेंस्ट अस इन इन एंड दिसंबर, समवेयर इन दिसंबर 2023, राइट? तो वहाँ उन्होंने क्या प्ली की? वहाँ ही pleaded that I want a court stay on which, on what, on 30th October election. Dr. Asad said that I am victorious and I want it ratified by the civil court of Hyderabad and I want a court stay। ठीक है, उनका पूरा ग्रुप, राइट, आज भी खड़े हैं ना कि हमें कोर्ट स्टे चाहिए। और जब कोर्ट स्टे मैं ले लेता हूँ, हमारा बोर्ड ले लेता है 1 नवंबर का, तो वो आप कहते हैं नहीं, ये रद्दी की टोकरी में जाएगा। That's what people have implied, कि court stay is nothing. I have I have voice messages. The court stay is nothing. What is court stay? And that is why President Saab has denied meeting us, has has called our meetings, board meetings, invalid, despite a valid court stay। तो हैदराबाद में भी आप कोर्ट स्टे लेने गए थे, 1 साल में आपको नहीं मिला, हमने कोर्ट स्टे ले लिया, वही चीज़ जो आप लेने गए थे हमने ले ली, तो वो रद्दी का कागज़ है। वही आप लेने गए थे, वो अभी तक नहीं मिला आपको, राइट? ये भी वही चीज़ है, एक ही डॉक्यूमेंट है जिस पे दो डेट्स आ रही है ना। हाईलाइट ये करना था कि देखें, एक 10 को रिसीव हो रही है वहाँ पे ऑफिस में, और एक 18 को रिसीव हो रही है, एक ही डॉक्यूमेंट। मुख्तलिफ लोग, ऐसा नहीं होता गवर्नमेंट ऑफिस में, फिर दो अलग अलग डेट्स पे लोग रिसीविंग दें और स्टैम्प्स लगाएं। सो दिस आल्सो is probably a fake document submitted to the court, which the court again returned to me। ये वो सूट है जो डॉक्टर असद ने फाइल किया मेरे खिलाफ। मैं था इसमें फर्स्ट डिफेंडेंट, डॉक्टर नईम अहमद कुर्की से, और डॉक्टर शोएब खान वाइस प्रेसिडेंट, और डॉक्टर आसिफ पराचा एज इलेक्शन कमिश्नर। उन्होंने हमें नॉमिनेट किया And surprisingly, I asked him personally, why did you nominate me? I was your fellow contestant. I did not conduct the election. I had no administrative stay over the conduct of either election, right? If you are challenging the election, go and challenge the election. Why are you nominating me as a defendant? He had no answer. So, well, so this is the uh, factual sheet that was sent by the court to me. So I will stop here and please, yeah, I hope this clarifies the situation. And I wanted to give you corrected facts regarding 30th October elections. And there is obviously many more facts to come. Whatever has happened after that, uh, I will show you in a subsequent video. So we would rather stop here. And thank you for your patient listening.